why you should
and shouldn't
move to Roanoke in 2023.
Hey, thanks for stopping by to check out our latest video about whether you should or should not move to Roanoke. If this is your first time on the channel or find value in the content, please like and subscribe. Okay, in case you were wondering why you should or shouldn't move to Roanoke, we're going to continue down that path right now. And it's going to be a little bit of a history lesson for you about me growing up in a small southwest Georgia town, right? So, you know, where I grew up was a lot smaller than Roanoke actually. You know, great hometown feel, great high school football games on Friday nights, big rivalries, that type of thing. And so for me, you know, long term, when it was time to have a family, I wanted to make sure we found something like that. I didn't think I wanted to move back to Southwest Georgia, to be honest with you. They've grown a lot. Lots of great things are going on there. However, it was not the spot that I thought that we should land when it was time to start raising our family.
And that's kind of been our journey, even as young adults when we were engaged and newly married. We were trying to find that spot to put down roots, to make sure that we had stability in our lives and we could just grow, thrive, and prosper, right?
Of course.
So he first mentioned moving to Roanoke when we had our first child, and I was like, what? But let me give you my backstory. I'm originally born and raised here in Roanoke, Virginia, and grew up in the Grandin Village area. I really, really liked it. It was just a fantastic place to call home, especially as I traveled the country and internationally to see what Roanoke really had to offer. But as a teenager and young adult, I felt like there were some things lacking. I was a little bored. And so I moved away and thought I'd never come back home. I wanted adventure and exploration. So once we had our children, it was like, you're right. I yearned for that place again, that sense of place to call home, put down those roots like we talked about. And Roanoke really matched up. And as soon as we moved here, I saw so many of my high school friends. I was like, oh, you came back too. So it's a wonderful place to start a family. It's not perfect, so that's why we said why you should and should not consider moving to Roanoke in 2023. So we just want to be real and honest with you, give you some pros and cons as we take that journey. Real quick, what is it that you love about Roanoke? Like the big things and the little things. Name, I don't know, 3 or 4.
Let's see. Well, I love the fact that, you know, we've got almost everything we need here pretty much, right? It's like any of the essentials, anything you want to do, you can do it here. And if it's not right here, it's in about a 3-hour drive max, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, growing up in Southwest Georgia, I mean, like we would go to Tallahassee where we would go to the big city to do things. But, you know, it was a sleepy little town, to be honest with you. And here in Roanoke, I feel like we've got, you know, everything that we could possibly need. And then anything that we, quote, want, easy drive to it. Like you can get anywhere within 20 minutes. You don't have to deal with a whole lot of traffic. You know, I could like just name off all these things, right? But, you know, so what are you
like
thinking?
The people too. You've got this like good group of friends and colleagues. I think you like the people here.
Well, it's like we say, you know, we're the little Goldilocks community, and I really do feel like that. It's right, you know, it's like, you know, I was just talking to somebody yesterday. Within Roanoke, it's like, it seems like it's a bigger town, even though we have a population of like 100,000. But pretty much everybody knows everybody, you know? So I was like, tell somebody about the story about such and such, and he's like, oh yeah, I just saw them yesterday. Or at Crafteria, you know, they're like, you know, have an invested part of the community, and it's like, oh, well, what about this relationship with this person there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So,
you like connections.
Yes.
I forgot about that. You
That's
like
right.
connecting one person to another so they could help each other. I like that about you. I'm not wired that way. I think my big and little things are going to be, my biggest thing is absolutely 100% outdoor amenities. You're gonna hear all these things over and over again for us, but I love our mountains. I love that I can get out of my house and within 10 minutes, I can be on a hiking trail with the kids and the dog and you if I can drag you along. I'm just kidding. He's usually working a lot. I love the rivers.
I'm taking care of people like you, right?
That's
if you're
right.
moving to Roanoke, Salem, Botetourt, Smith Mountain Lake, we got to make sure that if you're going to sell something, we sell it greatly, and if you need to buy something, we get you into that house that you're going to love. So
yes.
I got to work a little bit too.
That's right. I love the environment. I love the rivers. I love all the activities you can do. The little things, I really enjoy knowing that there's always something new to explore. We could do a video every single day and still not hit on all the things that happen in Roanoke and all the new shops and businesses that come in. So there's always something new, and I love that it's still drawing attention and new things are being attracted to Roanoke. And I also love that I can talk to just about anyone on the street and in the grocery store line and just on the greenway and strike up a new friendship because people are so friendly, and that makes me feel safe. You know, it makes me feel safe and happy and like it's Christmas all year round. Without getting too cheesy, let's dive right into the shoulds and should nots of moving into Roanoke in 2023.
So now we're going to jump into the 5 reasons you should move to Roanoke, and make sure you stick around till the end so you can find out the 5 reasons you shouldn't move to Roanoke.
That's true. I mean, this may not be a good place for you, but let's dive in, like I said, to top 5 reasons. And this is kind of a culmination of what we have experienced, but also what our clients have given us feedback on, our friends, family, years of research, y'all. Here's
Daily research.
That's true.
I mean, we're in it every day, you know, between talking to clients on the phone, through Zoom, and then also just being in the community every single day.
So here's why you should move to Roanoke in 2023. We are a mid-sized community that is relatively easy to navigate and get around to. I just came back from Florida, and it was really hard to navigate. We never went the same way twice.
That's because of GPS, though. I mean, GPS depending upon the day and traffic, it would be, oh, go this way or go that way. It wasn't more of a grid system, though, so it's easier to navigate in that capacity, right?
However, there are some what my dad calls buffalo trails, which they technically, historically, were actual trails that they just started paving. And so it can get a little complicated around some of the mountains and such. But mid-sized community, you know, we're sitting at around 100,000 here in the Roanoke area.
In Roanoke City proper.
Right.
And then if you take the whole valley and municipalities, you got about 300,000.
Yes, thank you.
I'm the stat man.
Yeah. So it's spread out over a big geographic area, and I just like that. I think it's really easy. It's not intimidating. Yet there's enough to where you may not know who's right beside you.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What's next?
Oh, next is going to be activities. So we want to actually make sure that we are an outdoor community. We have active lifestyle for retirement, for whatever age or stage you're in. You're going to find something that you can do indoors and outdoors. So one of the favorite things we like to do, like Chris said earlier, is we love taking trips on the hiking trails around here. So we'll go to Roaring Run. We'll go over to what we call Red Rocks, which is right outside of Salem. But it's it's just on the way home from picking the kids up from school. They can just stop there, decompress, climb on some boulders, hike around the creek, and then they can come home and actually do homework.
Yeah, and we have a really strong arts and culture scene too, and tons of family-friendly options for you. There's lots of mommy groups on Facebook that you can find more information about that. But activities really range the gamut from toddler all the way to senior citizens and everything. There's just activities for everyone. No matter what your interests, I think you should be able to find it here. The next reason you should move here is because of our schools and neighborhoods. We have an excellent school system. Check it out for yourself. You need to figure out what works best for your family. We have a wide array of highly rated public schools, private schools, homeschooling co-ops, and this hybrid system that a lot of my friends are doing. Really cool options. Neighborhoods, we've focused and spotlighted on quite a few neighborhoods in our videos. But we just have some great areas. If you're looking for some privacy and a place to garden, you can do that. If you're looking for an urban setting and you want to walk to the farmer's market, we've got that here too.
Yeah, and it's not going to be overwhelming. We're talking about that mid-sized, navigatable type of community. So, it's like you're going to be able to find something that's easy access for those amenities and the schools and neighborhoods that you're looking for. And then, speaking of that, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the people. Part of our motto is Southern hospitality. When we talk to our clients who just visit, who are living here now, they just cannot rave enough about how awesome and how nice and polite all the people are in our community.
Yeah, and that, again, it's not a perfect place, but we really think that Southern hospitality is alive and well here, and people generally want to see other people succeed, and they care for other people's interests. So it's heartwarming to see the friendships that we've made. I think it's relatively easy to make friends here. Again, even in the grocery store line.
It's just a matter of time and energy, right?
Time, yeah, you have to invest.
Yeah.
You really have to invest. Find an interest or start a club of some sort, and just do it, just stick to it. And then the last one I'm gonna take is the environment, because my background's environmental science. So I've seen poor water quality. I've breathed in terrible air quality. And this place I feel like Roanoke has it all. You know, we have really clean air, which I took for granted until some clients made a note of that. And I was like, you're right, it is just really nice.
And the stats back it up.
Yeah, and it's refreshing as I take a deep breath. It's refreshing. Water, we have so many blueways and recreational opportunities. The water quality here is fantastic, especially at Smith Mountain Lake. The college I went to, Ferrum College, hey, go Panthers. We did a lot of water quality research and monitoring at Smith Mountain Lake. Fantastic water quality. And the weather, you'll hear us talk about the weather all the time. We have 4 seasons here. We enjoy every single season. I don't know which one's my favorite, but probably the fall.
Are you sure? I'm like,
it's the fall.
Mine's spring and fall. Because I don't love the heat in the summer. I'm glad we do have heat, because that gives you opportunity to go down to Smith Mountain Lake and enjoy those water sports, right? But for me, just to relax and just kind of hang out and do that type of thing, it would be fall and spring, so I'm not sweating to death like I'm in South Georgia. So those of you who know us, who have watched our videos for a while, or even know us here in the local community, you know that I am always a ray of sunshine as often as I can be. But however, I'm going to introduce why you should not consider moving to Roanoke.
And there's some strong reasons. You have to really do your research. That's why we're here, trying to help you add a little bit of value. But there are certainly some considerations you have to take into account. Make sure that this is a good place for you and a good fit with your lifestyle.
So if you're a foodie and you also love to hang out on the weekends with a ton of nightlife and late nights, you should consider not moving to Roanoke, because we've heard stories from some of our clients. For us, restaurants, not a problem. We can find whatever we want any day of the week, and we're totally content. However, if you are from some big metropolitan area and you're used to like this level or this type of actual dining experience, you may not find that here, but we feel like you could be content with what is actually here and you would be happy with it. And as far as nightlife goes, we do have places you can hang out, like after 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. I think like Corned Beef downtown, Sidewinders, those places. But I mean, there's not a ton of options there either. So we just wanted you to be aware of restaurants might be a shouldn't for you, as well as nightlife might be a shouldn't for you as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one kind of surprised me. I really like we have had quite a boost of ethnicities and diversities in restaurants, and I really like that, like the offerings there. But yeah, take that into consideration, do your research, see if it fits what you are in the mood for. The next one I'll say is why you should not move to Roanoke is perhaps there's not enough executive level jobs for you. Roanoke is really a wonderful place to live and work. And we've had quite a few clients that move here just for the quality of life, and then they get a job. And then quite a few other people are moving here because they can work remotely. And then we have another third, I would say, that are retiring. So if they need a job, it would be something fun and kind of part-time and relaxed. But this is not like a Charlotte or an Atlanta or a New York City where you're gonna have a lot of executive level, high paying jobs. So make sure the job market is right for your profession.
That's right. And if you are a shopper, like you like to actually physically go shopping, not Amazon or Home Shopping Network, one of those things, you wanna go to actual malls, this may not be the place for you either, because we've got Valley View and we've also got Tanglewood, but they do not have a ton of options in my opinion. You can get what you need, but if you are looking for like real shopping, you're going to go up to Short Pump, you're going to go up to the DC area, or go down to Raleigh, North Carolina to actually get that shopping in.
Yeah, this was interesting. Again, another one where I'm pretty content with what we have. And then
She's not a big shopper, though.
No,
I'm just saying.
No. When his mom moved up from Georgia, she was really surprised. She was like, I have to go to Raleigh to shop. I was like, oh, really? But I think that's true. I mean, Valley View does have quite a few shops, and that's our biggest mall, but it may not have exactly what you want, so check that out. The next point of why you should not move to Roanoke, perhaps, is going to be your limited flight options. The good news is we do have planes, trains, and automobiles that can get you where you need to go. The bad news is that sometimes we have limited flights out of our really quaint, small, beautiful airport.
Makes it easy to navigate. You don't have to show up 3 hours earlier.
That's true. And it's great. I mean, it can get you to a lot of connecting cities. However, you may not get the flight times that you want or the price that you exactly need.
So the fifth reason you shouldn't move to Roanoke is if you're a beach person and not a mountain person. We know folks who have moved to the mountains and they're like, I hate the mountains.
Yes.
I don't want to be in the mountains. I can't wait to move to the beach. And I'm like, why'd you move here in the first place?
Yeah, we cannot change the geography of Roanoke Valley. So we had another client come in. Actually, it was a friend's mom. I take that back. A friend's mom. She felt like the mountains were closing in on her. She was used to a very wide open, flat landscape, and I can see that. I can see where the mountains might feel claustrophobic, perhaps. But the good news is that we are in this bowl of a valley, so the mountains look a little further away than right on top of it.
Yeah, because we just went to West Virginia, and I'm telling you, I felt like I was. The mountains were closing in on me. Now I'm like, whoo, I actually was able to relate to these folks who have come here.
Right.
But where we are, there's an expanse between us and the mountains. In West Virginia, they were right on top of us.
Yeah, and the beach is a quick drive. I mean, you've got so many beaches to choose from.
Quick in whose mind?
Well, quick in my mind, 5 hours. Within 5 hours to 6.5, 7, 8. It depends on where you want to go.
Which beach you want to go to?
Yeah, so mountains versus beach, make sure you make the right call. You know, we've helped hundreds of individuals and families move to and within the Roanoke Valley.
We love this area and know every single detail about it, and we would love to help you find a home today.
Let's get you home.